Good afternoon, world. It's Ivan on my hair. It's coming at 4 o'clock. Yeah, 4:14. I just got back from my shift at Whole Foods. Tomorrow I'm on call, so I'm most likely off. So I'll make a video most likely tomorrow morning if I'm off, which I am off. But I'm on call. You might call me the boss, but chances are I'm off because Monday's usually not busy. I need tomorrow off too because I've been working like every day for the past 3 weeks. I only had 3 days off in the past 3 weeks. And all the other days I worked. And so it would be nice to get tomorrow off because I work Tuesday, Wednesday at Dinty's, right? Yeah. My room is nice and spotless clean. I cleaned it yesterday. I did a thorough cleaning. Yeah, I washed all my bedsheets. I washed all my clothes. I put all the cans in a bag. I swept it. I mopped it with bleach. I wiped down the counters. I dusted the counters. Everything is spotless clean, but in a good month and a half, it's gonna get messy again. I'm gonna have to clean it again. The folks took my Chromecast because my room was messy and my bathroom was messy. I also cleaned my shower too. My shower was nice and spotless clean. I cleaned it very well too. The bathroom too, I cleaned it. The toilet, the sink was all dirty. I cleaned it, yeah. Yeah. Ivan, are you and VJ gonna clean your house? No, I'm gonna hire a maid to clean my house. Why the fuck would I clean my house when I can hire a maid? All Hollywood celebrities have maids. They don't clean their house, man. Hollywood celebrities can afford to have maids. I'm gonna have my own maid clean me and VJ's house. The only cleaning I will do sometimes is maybe the dishes. But even the dishes, our maids can do it. Even VJ won't have to clean shit. The maid, I'll have a maid. I'll hire 1 or 2 maids to clean my house. Pay them like $100K a year. They clean our house once a week. Yeah, once a week you gotta clean me and VJ's house, and I can pay you guys. You can hire 2 maids because me and VJ are gonna have a pretty big house, right? You can have 2 maids clean your house. Pay them $100K a year to clean your house. Me and VJ are also going to have to hire janitors to maintain our buildings, right? Our studio lot buildings, our film studio buildings. Yeah, you have to have janitors clean your office, janitors clean your visual effects building, your game studio. Yeah, me and VJ have to hire a few janitors. Pay those janitors like $60K a year, $80K a year to clean your buildings in Vancouver, right? You need people to maintain your building. You also have to hire people to maintain your gardening, your lawn, all that stuff, right? Yeah. You have to pay for that too, right? Yeah. Because me and VJ are billionaires, we can easily afford to hire own maids and pay them $100. I won't pay them $40K. I'll pay them a good $100K. Chances are those maids have families, and you have to feed their families. So pay the maids a good $100,000 to clean VJ's house, Ivan. Our beautiful, I don't know, 500, 600, 700 million dollar house. However much money I make off the book, right? Because I might make my 20, right? I might make my 20 million off the book. Yeah. Usually, Ivan, how much money did you make off your book, by the way, honey? I don't know, VJ, I made $20 million. You made $20 million off your book? I'm like, yeah, I did. She's like, holy shit, that's a lot of money, Ivan, I know. If I make 20, I'll put 800 million towards my house. If I make 20. If I make 19, 20, I'll put 800 million towards it. If I make 17, 18, I can put 750. If I make 15, 16, I'll put 700. And if I make 14, 13, 12, I'll put 650. And if I make 10, 11, I'll put 600. 500 million towards it. No, 11 I can put 600. 11 I can put maybe 580. If I make 10, I'll put 500 towards the house. Yeah. The less money I make, the less money I put towards the house. The more money I make, the more money I put towards the house. But I might make my 20 plan. I might make 20. Who knows? I think 10 to 14, but I might be shocked and make $20 million off my book. I don't know, Samsara. I don't know, yeah. Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. I need to check closer. Yeah. And Zane's book is mine. I own it. I wrote the book. Hence what I own the rights to the book. That money's for me, VJ. It's not for you. The gates are not touching it. Not my money. Zero. There we go. You said zero to me making money in the world that I created. Ivan's not touching a dime of my money. Ivan and VJ are not touching a dime of my money. Well, VJ will let her touch a bit of my money, but don't let her be worth $100 million. You duped her. I'm not going to let you do me, man. The money off the book is for me, VJ. It's not for you. The 10, the 14, the 20 billion off the book is for me, VJ. It's not for you. You're not touching a dime of my money, man. Zero. The brand is mine. I own it. And I have the keys off to sell to you. There you go. Hence, I did it, right? I found a way to make money for me and VJ. Yeah, but I did it. I found a way to make money for me and VJ. And I happen to have written a masterpiece. My book is a masterpiece, man. A masterpiece, yeah. A masterpiece. You guys will see what I mean when you read it. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah. There's a reason why the gates want to control your brand, Ivan. You know how good it is. Ivan's book is going to be more popular than Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and Marvel and Star Wars. If he makes his $20 billion off the book, that's enough money for him and VJ to live the life, and they can start their own films that will better than my Hollywood companies. Yes, our own Skies Entertainment company better than Hollywood. I told you, Skies Entertainment will be the new Hollywood. It's the new Hollywood. It's a studio independent from the Hollywood system, but it's better than Hollywood. I'm putting out bigger budget movies. I'm paying the actors way more money, giving them better perks, and the fame is much crazier. The only thing cool about Hollywood is you get the public eye fame. Obviously, like in Hollywood, when movies get released, the actors get interviewed. They go on a press tour. For my movie, I most likely will be going on press tours and everything, but it's behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, no one's filming it. But it's crazier fame than what you get in Hollywood. My venue's looking at like 10, 20, 30, 40, even 50,000 fans at the venue, man. It's crazy. And the actors make way more money for my world tour than they do in Hollywood for their Comic-Con. The actors for my movie are making hundreds of thousands of dollars for speaking, man. If I go speaking, 250, 300, 400. I highly doubt 250. Most likely 300 plus thousand they're making. 300, 400, 500K in speaking money. On top of the already rich contract they signed. And so my coming blow out of the water, it's a new Hollywood. My red carpet events will be better in Hollywood. Crazier fame than what you get in Hollywood. The only better thing about Hollywood, you have media at the red carpet event. And it gets featured on YouTube and all that stuff. Whereas for my red carpet, it's more simple. The only media there are the interviewers interviewing the actors and the doc team. But the fans and the fame is much crazier than what you get in Hollywood. Yeah. And I'm hosting all my red carpet events at a luxury hotel. It's fucking cool, right? All my movies, I host the red carpet event at the luxury hotel. It starts inside and outside, which is pretty cool. That's better than Hollywood, right? Yeah. Amazing event, man. Yeah. Samsara? Yeah. Tax season's coming up next month, April. It's April now, isn't it? Is it April 1st? No, it's March 30th. Yeah, next month is tax season. I get my tax returns for my Dinties and Coco Food. I might get a few $1,000, maybe $2,400 I make around there. And all that money I'm investing in my book. I'm going to get a proofread. Proofread, obviously. Whereas designing my cover won't cost much. That'll cost me like maybe $200 to design the cover, $150 to design the cover. Whereas the proofreading is expensive. That's going to cost me at least $1,800 plus, $2,000, $2,200. That's expensive. All my money this year I'm investing in my book. Because I know the Gates are going to sell the house soon. And if they sell the house, I'll be homeless. Or I have to find someone to live with in Elmer. The best thing to do is to live with a family. If you live with a family, they're not going to charge you as much rent. They might charge you maybe max $500 a month rent, $400 a month rent. That's not that bad. Whereas I can't get an apartment because I don't have credit. My credit's horrible. To get an apartment, to rent your own apartment, you have to have good credit. So for me, if folks take me out of the house, I have to live with a family in their basement or something like that, and they charge me like $400, $500 a month rent. Yeah. I told you, the Gates are so reprobate, they don't care if I'm homeless. Yeah, I don't care if we kick Ivan out of the house and he's homeless. He's not touching a dime of my money, and at the same time, he can't see VJ because they're fucking crazy people. That's why I came with the keys, so they don't do me. Yeah. And I wrote the Xanus, so my book is done. All I gotta do is just get a proofread, design my cover. I own the rights. It's ready to release on Lulu. I have the keys. You guys will know I'll make my billions. I don't have to sell to the gatekeepers. That money is mine. It's for me and VJ. So that's why God made it so easy for me. God, even though you don't like the keys and you trip and you have design and everything, and you have mentals, all stuff, I said, I'm going to give you the keys that way you can open your door so easily, make your easy billions. All you got to do, I'm going to give you a gift. All you got to do is own something, Ivan. And I wrote my Xanus book. I own the brand. I own the rights to the brand, the IP. And it's going to be an IP bigger than Star Wars, Marvel, and Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter. Huge brand. Yeah. In this video, I'm going to go upstairs and get a cake for myself. Yesterday was my younger brother's birthday, so they bought cake. So I'm going to go get some cake, and it could maybe, I don't know. Sometime in this video, I'm going to go get my cake. Yeah. Yesterday, I ordered a medium pizza at Glenwood. That pizza was good. No, guys, all you guys in Elmer, listen up here. Glenwood Pizza, I'm not kidding around, is the best pizza in Elmer, guys. I recommend all you guys in Elmer who like ordering, who want to try some food, I recommend you order Glenwood Pizza, man. They have amazing pizza. The best pizza in Elmer, hands down. I don't think there's any pizza in Elmer better than Glenwood. Glenwood has the best pizza in Elmer, man. They have amazing pizza. I recommend all you guys in Elmer, you try Glenwood Pizza. They have amazing pizza, man. The best pizza in Elmer. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Bob's. Bob's pizza is very good too. Dinty's has pretty good pizza. Gabriel's has pretty good pizza. Jimmy's has good pizza, but it's not as good as Glenwood. Glenwood has amazing pizza, man. Their pizza is so good, guys. I recommend you guys try it. It's the best pizza in Elmer. I'm not kidding around. You're welcome, guys. I'm one of your brand. That's how nice I am. I have amazing pizza, guys. Amazing pizza, Glenwood Pizza, yeah. Yeah. And that's why I'm going to miss Elmer, man. I'm going to miss living in a small town. Because my whole life, I've been living in small towns. I'm not used to... I lived in Montreal when I was a kid. But we only lived there for like... I don't know. We moved to Montreal, I think, 1996 when I was 4. And we lived there for 4 years. I only lived in Montreal for like 4 years. And then in 2000, we moved to Hull, Quebec. That's another small town. We lived in that apartment for 1 year. And after that, we moved to Elmer here in this house. And I've been living in this house for going on 24 years I've been living in this house. Yeah, I lived in this house for 24 years. Hence why I'm not used to the big cities. Hence why when I went to New York, I was so shocked because I've never seen a city that crowded before. Like, I've been to Toronto and Montreal, but like Toronto and Montreal are not crowded like New York. New York was so crowded, I was shocked. I'm like, holy shit, man! Like, the States is crowded. It's very filthy. New York. It's a filthy city. And I'm like, yeah, I never want to live in the States, man. Yeah, fuck the States. I live in Canada. It's much cleaner here, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I moved to Vancouver, it's gonna take getting used to living in a big city. Because I'm a small town boy, right? Elmer is a small little town. I showed you guys Elmer, right, when I made my vlogs like 2 years ago. Yeah, what you see there, that's downtown Elmer pretty much. Like the McDonald's, the gas station, that's pretty much downtown Elmer. And I walk down the marina, yeah, that's downtown Elmer. Yeah, I'm used to the small towns. I'm not used to the big places. Hence why when I moved to Vancouver with Vigio, it's gonna be a bit shocking for me. Not shocking, but it's gonna take getting used to. Whereas Victoria Justice lives in Los Angeles, that's a big crowded city. Victoria Justice is used to the big crowded cities because she grew up in Los Angeles. Whereas I grew up in a small town. Hence why when I moved to Vancouver, it's going to take a little bit getting used to living in the big city, right? Yeah. Vancouver's not as crowded as like the cities in the States, but compared to Elmer, it's a much bigger city than Elmer. Elmer only has like 50,000 people living here. Whereas Vancouver has like 500,000, 600,000 people living there. So it's pretty crowded for a Canadian city. And so it'll take a little bit of getting used to because I'm used to living in a small town, right? A small town, yeah. Sidetracking. Yeah. Yeah. Xanus I'll make for $1.8 billion. And the game I'll make for $500 million. Unreal Engine 5 amazing game. And then me and Vijay will sign that massive 80-20 deal with Amazon. Me and Vijay get 80% of the profits for the merchandise profits and the box office 4K Blu-ray profits. And you guys get your 20%. I told you, if I make 25 plus billion, I'm going to up it to 90-10. That way Amazon doesn't dupe me. If you don't want Amazon taking like, I don't know, like $12-15 billion of your money, you gotta be careful. You don't want them ripping you off. If I make my 25 billion plus, I'll up the deal to 90-10. That way Amazon doesn't dupe me immediately, Samsara. Yeah. Because they're just my distributors. Like, you don't want to give them too much of your money. They're only my distributors, whereas me and Vijay are taking the risk with our money and everything. Well, we have the keys, we'll make our money back, but you don't want Amazon duping you, Samsara. And me and Vijay will sign with Sony and Microsoft for the game. Selling our game on their console, online on their console. And the deal is $95.5 for the game. Yeah. And 80-20 for the Amazon deal. It's a mega contract. You get the news, Ivan O'Mara and Victoria Justice signed mega deal with Amazon. Yeah, we signed a huge deal, $1 billion deal, multi-billion-dollar deal, man, a huge deal. Yeah. And all the Hollywood actors are like, holy shit, all the movie pundits, the YouTube movie pundits, all the Hollywood actors are like, holy shit, Ivan and Vijay signed a massive deal. Yeah, we signed a huge deal with Amazon. 80-20 deal with Amazon, man. It's a massive deal. We also signed a huge deal for the game, too, right? Holy shit, I and Vijay signed a massive... Yeah, me and Vijay signed like a $20 billion deal for all that, man. Yeah, we're going to make our 18-20 billion off the movie merchant games. Something crazy. We might make maybe 6.5, 6.7 off the movie. We might make 5 off the merch. That's 13 billion, and maybe another 7 billion off the game. We make like 20 billion bucks. Yeah, it's a massive deal. That's why the Gates wanna buy my brand, because they want that 20 billion going to them. Because they want those billions going to them because they're greedy pigs. Even though you already make your trillions around the world, and you have tens of trillions in your bank, the money off the book is for me and BJ. It's not for you. The Zane's brand is mine. I own it. It's not yours. It's mine. Samsara? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a high chance whenever the Zane's movie's greenlit, there's a high chance like guys like John Boyega, Jimo Hansu, Andy Serkis, Idris Elba, Angelina Bassett, there's a high chance Yvonne George, there's a high chance some of those actors might be locked on for other movies. Hence why I pray to God they're not locked on for the movies. Otherwise I have to find my team has to call the executives in Hollywood and find a way to make it work for the schedule, or you have to cast other actors who are not locked on. Because a lot of Hollywood actors get offered a lot of contracts in Hollywood, and they turn a lot of them down. They accept some offers, obviously. So, Sarah, especially if you do television. Television, you have very little room to negotiate because the schedules for television is brutal, man. Because television shows are longer, take longer to shoot than movies. And so if the actor's doing a television show, like, that's going to be a big, big, big problem. It can be very chaotic. Because television, the shooting schedule is very brutal. It's grueling, man. Much more grueling than movies. Movies, you can finish shooting it in a month, 2 months, 3 months. Whereas television, they have to shoot a season. It can take like 5 months just to shoot, just to shoot one season. 6 months just to shoot one season, man. You have 10 episodes. You do the math. Yeah. Hence why what? You have to be careful about the scheduling conflicts, Ivan. Yeah, you got to be careful about that stuff. Some sound? Yeah. But the Zane's actors, if they're locked on, they're going to be pissed off. Their agent will be pissed off. Yeah, Ivan, sorry, man. The actors are locked on for another movie. The agents will tell me, Ivan, we'll do our very best to try and fix the scheduling issue. And my 17 have to call the executives and try to fix the scheduling issue. Find a way to make it work with the schedule. I told you, all those Zane stars want, they're like, yeah, Ivan, like, I'm not kidding around. I want Xanus to be the priority. I'd rather work for you than work in fucking Hollywood. I don't want to be left behind. But I'm fucking locked on for another movie. I signed a contract for another movie. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But the agents might tell the actors, once I meet VJ in Los Angeles, obviously, and then we're experiencing that fame, and then we move to Vancouver and we begin making plans and everything, and the actors and agents now see me and VJ trending with George Lucas. All the agents for the Zane stars might tell the Zanes, okay, guys, Ivan's starting Skies Entertainment soon. He's starting Skies Entertainment. They saw me trending with George, obviously. And what? I recommend when Hollywood throws you offers, don't accept any deals yet. Like, put it on hold. Have negotiation talks with them, but don't, like, sign any deals because once Ivan VJ starts Skies Entertainment and the Zane's movie's greenlit, he's considering you guys as your first choice. And Hollywood cannot compete with this company. Ivan's want to pay more money than Hollywood ever pay you. Some Sarah. Hollywood would never pay John Boyega $19 million. They'll never pay Yvonne George $11 million. They'll never pay Jimon Su his $23 million. No. They're going to pay John Boyega maybe his 2.5, his 3. Yvonne George was lucky to even make $1 million in Hollywood. He's not that big of an actor. Andy Serkis will get probably his 4, 5, 6 in Hollywood. 7 maybe. Idris Elba can get his maybe 10, 8, 9 in Hollywood. The agents know I can pay them more. That's why they're okay. I recommend you guys hold out, man. You're better off working for Ivan Zane's movie and experience that fame and glory with him, be safe than be in Hollywood and be left behind and your movie be a side tension. Your agents might tell them that. But Hollywood might throw them some big offers, some big moolah offers, and it becomes tough for the actors' agents to turn it down because they offer the actors a lot of money. Because the entertainment industry is very, very competitive, man. Everyone's competing. The Hollywood companies are competing with the Hollywood companies, right? Yeah. The actors get offers from Paramount. They get offers from Warner Bros., from Disney. It's competition, and everyone's competing to get actors to work on their movie. And now that Skies Entertainment is now an official big Film Studio. Now the Hollywood companies are competing with me and VJ's Sky Source Film Studio, obviously. But they can't compete with me and VJ's company. I can easily pay the actors more money than what they make in Hollywood because I'm giving them royalties. And my royalties for my movies are unlimited. I can afford to give the actors a good chunk of the royalties. A nice piece of the royalties. Because me and VJ are going to do billions. I don't know, or $6.7 billion in profit for the Xanus movie. I can easily afford to give all these Xanus stars nice royalties for the movie that Hollywood cannot afford. Well, no, Hollywood can afford to give an actor like 5.56, whatever it is, but like 15, 20 million of the royalties, it just depends because the Hollywood movies are not doing the kind of profits that me and VJ's movies are doing. The Hollywood movies do like 50 million, 150, 200, 300 million in profit, so they have very little leeway room to give the actors back end money. Yeah. And that's gross profits. Net profits, the Hollywood companies make very little net profits. Because in Hollywood, they have something called overhead cost. You have to pay the executives their bonuses. You have additional costs. And before you know it, the money gets drained. That's why in Hollywood, the actors usually negotiate now for a gross deal. Because gross is profits before the fees, the additional fees. That's why Hollywood, they're very limited in the back-end money, whereas my company, it's unlimited. It's billions in profit. That's why they know they can't compete with Nvidia's company. Yeah. So I'm saying. That's why you gotta be careful, Ivan, about the scheduling issues in Hollywood. Yeah, man. You gotta be careful about that. I pray to God all the actors chosen are not locked on for movies. Minor roles is fine. If you're locked on for a minor role, that's fine. You can easily find a way to make it work in the schedule if it's a minor role. But if it's a major role, the actors have to be committed for a couple months to work on that movie. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You have to find a way to make it work, obviously. Yeah. So if John Boyega's locked on for another movie contract, your secretaries are going to have to find a way to make it work. Okay, John, you can tell your secretaries, okay, when you tell secretaries to ask executives, when do you guys plan on starting production or pre-production? Okay, we're starting pre-production sometime during the first year. When do you plan on filming the movie? We'll be filming the movie the next year. Okay, so second year, when I sign John Boyega, I can give him the script. He can practice his lines, obviously. But then because he's working on the movie, he might have to miss some of the photo shoots and the commercial shoots. John Boyega will not be able to make some of those shoots, and he can film the movie second year, and he's not featured on the shoots and all stuff and the commercials. Obviously, once he's done for the movie, he can start his weight training. You can find a way to make it work, obviously. Because Xanus is a 5-year project. So you can find a way to make it work. Obviously, Samsara. But you got to make sure it doesn't conflict with your production schedule for Xanus. Because I need John Boyega to film Xanus. That's why the agents will tell me, Ivan, don't worry about it. We're going to do our very best to try to find a way to make it work with executives. And my secretaries have to call the Hollywood executives and find a way to make it work. And that's why I pray to God the actors are not locked on. But chances are some of them will be locked on. These Hollywood actors have a career. They need to make money. Hollywood will be throwing them some nice offers, and some of them might accept some of the deals, some of the offers, the movie contract offers, right? Yeah. And that's why you gotta be careful with that stuff, Ivan. Some saying. Have one beer. Yeah. I told you the Hollywood agents are going to make my movie their priority. They're going to do their very best. They're going to do their very best to get out of the contract. Ivan's want to pay the actors much more money than what Hollywood's offering. They'll try their very best to get out of the contract, or they'll find a way to fix the scheduling problems. My secretaries have to keep tabs with the agents, obviously, and they also have to contact the Hollywood executives. Yeah, hi, this is Sky Entertainment. Yeah, John Boyega signed a contract for the Sky Source Last of Us Zane's movie project, but we heard he's also locked on for one of your movies. Like when you guys start in pre-production, when do you plan on shooting the movie? And they tell them, and that's how they find a way to make it work with the schedule for the movie. Because I need John Boyega to work on Zane's. And John Boyega will be like, yo, Ivan, fuck man, he's all pissed off. Yo, Ivan, man, I'm sorry, man. Like I want Zane's to be their priority. All the Hollywood actors Zane's are gonna make Zane's a priority. The Hollywood movies are their secondary option because they'd rather work for me and be saved and be left behind in Hollywood. And they know I'm paying them more and I'm giving them better perks. Sky Source is a priority. Their agents were like, yeah, guys, Sky Source is their priority. Do not make Hollywood their priority. Make Sky Source a priority, man. This is gonna change your life, guys. This is like international worldwide fame in a not even VJ movie, yeah. Whereas the Hollywood movies are all the side attention. They're not paying as much money. That's why the agents will make Sky Source a priority over Hollywood. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're gonna do our very best to make your movie the priority. The agents will tell me that, yeah. Sky Source is better than Hollywood. Yeah, it's better than Hollywood. The new Hollywood, man. Better than Hollywood. Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Fine, you got some balls to say Zays is better than Lord of the Rings. It is. It's a better book than Lord of the Rings. And it'll be a better movie trilogy than Lord of the Rings, too. Don't forget, I am acting as Prince Tactius as the lead of the movie, which will make the movie much better. And VJ is Lithia. Don't forget that. And I'm putting $1 billion towards the movie, which means you're looking at a war. People would tell me, Ivan, think of a war that would blow my Helm's Deep War out of the water, my Return of the King Wars out of the water. I was limited in what I could do for Lord of the Rings. Picture demons that are going to make the Orc High Army and the Ring Race of Hell's Ring look PG beings. Yeah. You're looking at real demonic beings in my movie. Something fucking scary. Like, it's a revolutionization of horror, man. That's why it'll be a masterpiece. And Hans Zimmer is going to compose an amazing score. And I'm putting money into the best tools for the armor and weapons, for the clothing, for the costumes, for the masks and the costumes. And everything of them are walking devils and demons. A revolutionization of horror. Because, guy, if your movie will revolutionize horror, it'll revolutionize the technology of movies. Because no movie has ever been made for $2 billion before. And you're looking at a war. Peter's like, Ivan, think of a war that will blow my Helm's Deep War out of the water, Ivan. You and your actors are going to be bad as movie starts fighting all those demons. And Xanus is also a better story than Lord of the Rings. That's why they're looking at a masterpiece. You follow the book, you'll get an amazing script. I wrote a masterpiece of a book, man. A masterpiece. There's a reason why the gates want to control your book, Ivan. They know how good it is. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. Yeah, amazing book. Some Sarah. It's a masterpiece. Yeah, man. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's why the gates won't control your brand, Ivan. You know, it's a masterpiece. And billions remain each obviously. So Peter might tell you, yeah, he might tell me, yeah, Ivan, I'm starting to picture the story in my mind. You're looking at a better movie. You're looking at a trilogy that will top my Lord of the Rings, Ivan. Don't tell me that. And my Lord of the Rings was a masterpiece, Ivan. And your story is deeper than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's deeper. And it'll start to picture like the scenes of the huge exodus with 5,000 people, like Prince of Egypt. You know, I would think of something like Prince of Egypt. They have this huge exodus. They're all scared with torches. They journey through the mountains. You have the cursed mosquitoes, the jaguars, and they journey through the caverns. And you have what? The demon bats living in the caverns, and they're all scared with torches. And taxes them out to protect them. Yeah, looking at a masterpiece. Aratat's 20,000 demon army marching. That's all I'm gonna say. You have the politics and drama in Volume 2. You have the light behind the walls of Xanus in Volume 1. And Takism don't know what's outside the walls. And then Mist fails the north and the south. Deceives you into thinking the south is the north, but behind the north. And the south is cursed, and the demon bats all live. The demon wolves live in Barak. Looking at a masterpiece, Ivan. I know, Peter. Looking at a masterpiece. A masterpiece. Susanna? Looking at a masterpiece. Yeah. An amazing movie. So, Ivan, you're going to help Peter out a little bit? Of course I will. I'll show Peter clips of Prince of Egypt for the Exodus of Sapphires. I'll show him Passion of the Christ when Jim Caviezel was in agony as Jesus. So, Ivan, yeah. Ivan, whenever you do the agony scene, you got to really prep yourself mentally. As you're going to be facing the devil himself. And I prep myself mentally and I destroy the agony scene. Yeah, think of something intense like what you see in Passion of Christ for the agony of Tactius. Why is Tactius in agony? Why don't I spoil the story for you? Tactius knows what he's facing. He knows his fate, obviously, his destiny. That's all I'm going to say. I will spoil the story for you. And he knows who he's facing, and he knows Aratat's a devil. That's why he's in agony. Yeah, and there's more to the story, too, but I don't want to say anything else without spoiling the story for you. That's why it's a masterpiece. It's a deep story. Yeah. Susanna? Yeah. Now I'm going to show Peter what I'm thinking of for the demonic characters. So for Ephesus, the king battled the mountains, I'm thinking something like the devil being Annabelle. But I want him scarier than that. Taljon Ali, I want him to look something like that. Peter's like, I can picture Ephesus looking like this. Ivan, you're all prepped? Yeah, I'm prepped, Peter. Yeah. I think something like this for Ephesus. The king battled the mountains. But he's scarier than this. I don't know, 2.5 times scarier than this. And then for Aratat, this clip I keep showing you. Aratat and the wolves, right? It looks something like this. Demon wolves like this, guys. Yeah, they're fuck. Look at that, man. Fucking demons. Aratat, the king of the south, yeah. A demon like that, man. Yeah, man. So I'm scarier than that. Ivan, you want him scarier than that? Yeah, man. Push it to the limit and make him as scary as you can possibly make him be. Make him a devil. You see that? Devil. Look at that. That's fucking scary. That's why Xanus will be a masterpiece, yeah, man. Imagine a 20,000 army marching like that, guys. They're demons, yeah, man. They're demons. That's why Xanus will be a masterpiece. So Peter might push for Peter than Aratat, he might. What about the kids? I'm like, Peter, man, don't play that game with me. You guys turn me into a porn star. Shut your for good. You can't say shit. What? The kids can watch it with their parents, or they can watch it when they're older. Some Sarah. Because yeah, Ivan shut me up for good, man. We turned him into a porn star. Yeah, you turn me into a porn star, and the kids are gonna watch that. So stop being a hypocrite and playing that kid game with me, man. Like, if the movie's PG-13, the story won't be as powerful. It'll still be a masterpiece, but the story will not be as powerful. So Takis is an agony for a wolf that's not that scary. Like, Aratat will be very formidable, but he won't be that scary if he's PG-13. No, I want Aratat to be a rated R devil. And the wolves are demons. I want the wolves cutting people's heads off. You see their heads getting cut off. They feast on their heads. They feast on human flesh. They're demons. And that way the story is powerful. I know I'm doing it. I tell them a masterpiece of a story, an amazing story. So I'm saying? Yeah. Peter's like, what kind of budget are you giving me, by the way? I'm like, Peter, you want to know? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah. I'm like, $1.8 billion. He's like, $1.8 billion towards the movie? I'm like, yeah. But if you include Peter Jackson's salary and my president's bonuses, it's about a $2 billion budget around there. 1.9 something billion budget. Yeah. Because Peter's $85 million I'm paying out of my pocket. I'm putting that in the budget. So yeah, it's like a $1.9 million budget pretty much. If you include the bonuses and then Peter's salary, his base. A 1.9 plus billion budget, yeah. He's like, Ivan, you're putting $1 billion towards visual effects and special effects? I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit. You want that money going towards the world building, the action sequences, and the horns, and the wolves and bats, right? I'm like, yeah, Peter, and the crows and the eagles. He's like, holy shit, you're looking at something unheard of, Ivan. You're looking at demons. The world's going to fill for you guys. This is a revelation of horror, Ivan. You're looking at a world that will blow my Lord of the Rings and Hobbit out of the water. It'll blow James Cameron's Pandora out of the water. And I'm putting in good $16 million towards the costumes, armor, weapons, and machines for the mask. I'm renting film, 16 top-notch film IMAX cameras. He's like, Ivan, you're looking at a beautiful technology for your movie, Ivan. Like, this is something that the world's never seen before. Yeah. It's unheard of technology. And that's why he's all happy, because I gave Peter unlimited budget. Ivan, this budget's unlimited. I can do whatever I want for this movie, yeah. I don't have to worry about running out of money for the wolves, for the bats, for the crows, for the eagles, for the war, for the action sequences, for the world building, for the score, for the costumes, for the armor, for the sets. How much money are you putting towards sets? I don't know, but you're a good $36 million. $36 million towards sets. We can build unheard sets with that money, Ivan. Ivan, we could actually build a 2-acre cavern city, and all 5,000 actors can fit in there. The Switzerland actors can fit in there. Yeah, people tell me that. Some sound. Unheard of sets. The Lord of the Rings, we built these tiny little sets for Moria, Ivan. Yeah, and the mountains. Yeah. The snow mountains, right? In Lord of the Rings, yeah. It was a little set for that, yeah. And it still looked amazing on camera, right? Yeah. Yeah. After the smoke, I'm gonna go upstairs and get some cake, guys. Yeah. I'm sorry. So Russell Crowe's good for Miramis. Yeah, Russell Crowe is good for Miramis. So when his agent calls my office, I'll tell my secretaries to tell Russell Crowe's agent, yeah, Ivan, Peter, and VJ and Guillermo are highly concerned Russell Crowe for Miramis, but he has to stand in as real. He has to reach for the part. And when Timothy Chalamet's agent calls, I'll tell the secretaries to let his agent know, yeah, Ivan, Peter, and VJ and Guillermo are considering Timothy Chalamet as Papyri, but he has to reach for the part. Well, I told you, for those actors who do my movie, I have to put more money into the budget, man. Yeah. I have to put a good, like, 39 million bucks of my money into the salary budget to pay Timothy's, like, 10.2, and to pay Russell Crowe was 18 million base, and it's, like, 9.7 million bonus. I have to put another 40 million in the budget. And Timothy, you have to pay him. You know, he's probably going to be worth 40 million by then. You got to make sure he gets paid. You got to pay him a good like 16 million of the back end royalties. And Russell Crowe, you got to give him like 55 million of the back end royalties because he's big. He's worth like $120 million. By then, he might be worth 135. So try to make sure he gets paid, right? Yeah. I'm not going any higher than like 55 million for Russell Crowe for the back end. That's good enough. I'm already giving a lot of my money away, my back end profit money, box office money away. Russell Crowe's agent wants more than 55. I'm like, no, I'm going to be strict, no. Russell Crowe doesn't get any more than 55 million in the back end. He signed like a 90 million deal. He doesn't make that in Hollywood, I'm saying. You can pay Russell Crowe like 3.8 million for the you can pay him as like you can pay him like his 4 million for the game. No, 3.5 million for the game. You can give him like 3 million for the merch. That's a good deal for Russell Crowe. So he signed about a 90 million deal. Russell Crowe, right? 55 plus 18 plus 9.7 plus 3.5 plus 3. Yeah, Russell Crowe signed an 89.2 million deal. He also gets a $200,000+ for the promos. That's 89.4. And he gets potential earnings in speaking, which can range from 500, 600, 700. Yeah, Russell Crowe signed about a 90 million deal, which is about 60 million in American money. Russell Crowe doesn't make 60 million in Hollywood or 90 million in Hollywood. He makes like his 12, 20 in Hollywood, right? 89.4 currency converter to Canadian to United States dollar. 89.4. Russell Crowe signed a 62.4 million deal in American money. That's like 30, I don't know, 30. About 38 million after taxes. His agent takes 10% as you money. Yeah, Russell Crowe's walking away like 35 million in his bank after taxes, millions in his bank. That's what my company blows out of the water. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. He makes like his 12, 15, 28 in Hollywood, Russell Crowe. Then Timothy Chalamet, I can pay him 10.2. I'm not going hard in 10.2 for him. But you gotta watch for your budget. That's good enough for him. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. And what? And you can give him 16 million on the back end, Timothy Chalamet. You can give him $1 million for the merch. You can pay him his 2.3 million for the game. So Timothy Chalamet signed like a 30 million deal. So 10.2 plus 16 plus 2.3 plus 1, 29.5 million deal. He also gets 200 plus thousand for the promos. That's 29.7. And if I go world touring, which I most likely will, if he makes $300,000, he signs his 30 million deal. So let's say Timothy Chalamet makes 30 million. That's like a 21, 22 million deal in American money. So I'll just say 30 million. Timothy Chalamet signed a 20.9, about a 21 million deal in American money. So he's walking away with like 11 million in his bank after taxes. Timothy Chalamet, around there, right? 21 million after taxes is like what, like 12.6. His agent takes 10% of that. That's 1.26. Yeah, Timothy Chalamet's walking away with 11 something million in his bank. 11 million in his bank after taxes. That's a lot of money. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. He makes like his 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in Hollywood. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? How my money was out of the water. Timothy Chalamet is a better actor than Yvonne Jose and all them. But is he necessarily better for the role? I think Yvonne Jose is better for the role. I think Dev Patel is better for the role. But Timothy Chalamet is an amazing actor. He's one of the best actors in Hollywood, man. The guy has the sky's the limit for that guy, man. He's an amazing actor. Amazing performance in Dune, right? He's an amazing actor, Timothy Chalamet. One of the best in Hollywood. He's an amazing actor. Russell Crowe's one of the best actors too in Hollywood. They're amazing. And their agents will call my office. All the Hollywood actors' agents are going to call my office, man. My second is going to be bombarded with like hundreds of calls every day, man. The agents are calling my office when the name's who's agreeing that, hello, this guy's saying, how may I help you? They're all calling. It's crazy. Yeah, man. Hey, give me a sec, guys. I'm going to go upstairs and get some cake. I'll be back in a sec. Hope you guys know the show. So give me a video on the way off alone. Alright guys, I'm back. I went upstairs to get some cake. Some white cake, right? I also make coffee, so in a good, like, I don't know, 10 minutes, I'm gonna go upstairs and get my coffee, a cup of coffee. Yeah, so that's my deal for Russell Crowe and Timothée Chalamet. I'll have those two actors read for the part for the Xanus movie too. I told you, Russell Crowe and Timothée Chalamet, because they're A-list actors, chances are they're also going to be locked on too for other movies. But their agents are all going to try their best to be. They're going to make Xanus a priority because I'm paying them more money than what they're making in Hollywood. And by the time we do Xanus, Timothée Chalamet Hollywood might be throwing him maybe 10 million, 12 million, 13 million offers in Hollywood. Timothée Chalamet. Russell Crowe might get his 12, 15, 20, 25 million offers in Hollywood. Because I'm paying them way more than what they're making in Hollywood. Russell Crowe signed like about a 90 million deal. And Timothée Chalamet signed his 30 million deal. Hollywood will not give Timothée Chalamet a $30 million deal. Okay. Yeah. I'll have Daniel Kaluuya compete with John Boyega. Daniel Kaluuya is bigger than John Boyega. He's worth like $20 million, I think. By then, he might be worth maybe $30 million. So for him, you have to pay more money. Daniel Kaluuya might be worth maybe $30 million by the time I do Xanus. Maybe $27 million. So for him, you can pay him his like 10. You can pay him his 10. You can give him like 11 million on the back end. 10.8 million on the back end. I pay him a bit more than John. He's bigger than John, right? You give him 2 million for the game. You give him like 800K for the merch. It's a good deal for Daniel Kaluuya, right? He signed like a 4 million deal, 5 million deal. You see what I'm saying? How my company blows out of the water? These actors don't make this in Hollywood, man. Guys like Will Smith, who's fucking big, makes like 25 million in Hollywood. And he's like the cream of the crop. He's huge, Will Smith. You know, I'm paying guys who are worth like 25, 30 million, 40 million, like how much the big guys make in Hollywood, man. My company blows out of the water. And that's why the Hollywood companies feel like, shit, yeah, sorry guys, we can't compete with Ivan's company, man. Ivan's box office, Ivan and VJ's box office for their movies unlimited. It's billions in profit. Our movies don't make that kind of money, yeah. The only movies that do a lot of money in profit are the ones who make their billions. Like their billion, the ones who make 1 billion, 1.5, 2 billion, those movies do hundreds of millions in profit. But most Hollywood movies don't make that. Most Hollywood movies make their like 500, 600, $700 million, and the companies make maybe 80 million in profit. So they're very limited in how much they can pay the actors. And that's why nowadays in Hollywood the actors get gross deals. Because the Hollywood companies net very little in Hollywood. They only net maybe 50, 80, 40 million dollars. Because there's so much overhead cost. Hence why the agents negotiate for the gross deal. Because gross is profits before the fees. Gross profits is deceptive. Like the companies make the profit, but then they have the fees. They have additional fees they have to pay. And once they pay off all the additional fees, then the net is their profit. And Hollywood, the companies make very little net profits. George Lucas was right. In Hollywood, the net profits, the actors, the companies don't make enough for the actors to get a piece of that. That's why the actors negotiate for the gross. Whereas for my company, the actors are negotiating for the net. It's an all-out net deal. Me and Vijay are making billions for the nets. Obviously. Billions in net, not gross nets. Because me and Vijay, yeah, Samsara? Yeah. Billions in the net profits, man. That's why the Hollywood always can't compete with my company. Yeah, sorry guys. They're going to tell the agents, sorry man, we can't compete with IMVJ's company. IMVJ are special, they're God, they have the keys to the kingdom. And their movies, merchant games is billions in net profits. We can't compete with that, man. Our movies don't do that in the box office. Yeah, they can't compete with my company in Hollywood. That's why Scarces will blow out of the water. It's the new Hollywood guys. Yeah, it's burning Hollywood. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. But Russell Crowe and Timothy Chalamet are going to help build a lot of buzz for my Xanus movie. Timothy Chalamet is a farmer boy. You know what I'm saying? Russell Crowe is the captain of the Archers. They're going to help build a lot of buzz. Whereas Yvonne Jose and Don Cheadle and all them are not as big as... Don Cheadle will help build buzz too. He's a pretty big actor. But he's not as big as, like, Russell Crowe, right? Viggo will help build buzz too. He's a pretty big actor. But Russell Crowe is a big, powerful actor. He's huge, man. That's why he will guaranteed build more buzz for the movie. Oh my God, that's Russell Crowe of Merriman's the Archer, yeah. And Timothy Chalamet's agent and Russell Crowe's agent or managers are going to call my office, man. They're going to call. William Dafoe, Benjamin Cumberbatch, the actors I'm thinking of for Aerotab, they're going to call my office too. It's crazy. All the Hollywood actors' agents are calling. It's crazy, man, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, Samsara. I'm gonna go to get my coffee, guys. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. And that's why all the Zane sounds are going to beg me these to resign them. Because they were saved, they don't want to be left behind. And then, my company's burning Hollywood. Ivan, VJ, please, 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 Ivan, please, VJ, please, please, I'm saying, please, I'm saying, hey, look, man, you can bet all you want, man, and cry. You're not good for the Great State County region. I'm good for that movie, guys. Ivan, fuck those actors. Just resign. I'm like, guys, you're not good for the Great State County region. I'm not going to resign you guys, man. You guys are fucking crazy people. Yeah. Well, the actors don't care, Ivan. Like, I'm not kidding around. I know you think I'm joking, man. I'm not playing any games with man. I want to work for Skywars for the rest of my life. I don't want to work in Hollywood, Ivan. Like, please. And their agents are going to tell the actors, yeah, beg your ass off for Ivan if he just resign you. They're going to tell the actors that. Yeah. Because the agents would rather have the actors work for Skywars because they know I can pay them. They're making more money. I can pay the actors more money than what they're making. Oh, yeah. Ivan's company's way around Hollywood. He can easily pay way more money, man. Beg your ass off for him if he just resign you. They're going to tell the actors that. The agents and managers for all my movies. Keanu Reeves' agent, Ben Affleck's agent, Scarlett Johansson's agent for The Great Escape are going to tell them, yeah, beg your ass off for Ivan if he just resign you for the next movie. And they beg. They all beg. It's crazy. Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. crazy. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I get everyone else up, man. I'm like, no, John, you get 9. I'm not paying you 10. You're getting greedy, John. Ivan, it's nothing. I'm like, John, I'm not gonna pay you 10. I have to watch it for my budget. You get your 9 million for your movie contract for the base, and I'll give you 8 million bucks, a rich 8 million for the back end profits, the box office points, obviously, and you get your 1.8 million for the game, and you get your 500K for the merch. That's a good deal for you, John. I'm not paying you more money. And you get your potential earnings in speaking, which can range from $250K to even $1 million in speaking, and you get the perks. You got flying on a private jet, partying up at me, VJ's 500, 700, whatever it is, $1 million house, partying up my yacht, tables in my yacht, 24-hour limo services, staying at the suites while you're training, staying at the suites during the world tour, flying on a private jet during the world tour, the parties, the luxury buffet, you know what I'm saying, all that, yeah. Getting sponsored with clothes for the commercials and the magazine promo shoots. The actors get sponsored with clothes for that. I'm not going to sponsor them with cheap clothing. I'm going to sponsor them with high-end clothing. Like $1,000 shoes, $3,000, $4,000 suits. I can easily afford it. All paid for. $500 shades, $300 shades. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You even sponsor them with cologne, too. High-end cologne, if you want. Sponsor the actors with their cologne, yeah. But for Xanus, I want the actors wearing costumes for the red carpet event. Was for the Great Escape, Keanu Reeves and all of them could wear their casual clothing. I'm gonna tell my secretaries to tell the actors' agents for the Great Escape, make sure you guys dress neat, dress fresh and professional for the red carpet event. Don't wear shitty clothes. Wear good clothing. For the Great Escape, Keanu Reeves and all of them can wear their suits. They can wear their whatever they want, their casual clothes. But for Xanus, I want the actors wearing like a costume. The costume. The actors only, whereas the crew and feature can wear their casual clothing. The 7 team will wear their casual clothing and all that. But like me, Vijay, and the actors, we wear our costumes. Peter, he can wear his suit. And Toro can wear his suit when he's featured with me at the red carpet event in Switzerland. Yeah, at the Bergerac Resort. Yeah, hotel. So I'm saying. Yeah, you're looking at an amazing event for all my movies, for my red carpet event. A 2-day all-you-can-drink alcohol party. A crazy party. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Some Sarah? Give me a sec, guys. I'm going to go upstairs and get my coffee. I'll be back in a sec. I'll talk maybe another 50 minutes. I'm done here. Hope you guys enjoying this show. You better enjoy it while you still can, because I'm getting a lot making videos for you, man. I keep saying that. Yeah, man. Be back in a sec. Let's get it. We don't wait, guys. Alrighty, guys, I'm back. Well, I'm supposed to get my coffee. Yeah. So, Ivan, you and Vijay provide the coffee for the team. Yeah. Me and Vijay can pay for the coffee for the team and Peter and all that. Well, Peter likes tea. I saw Peter's interviews. Peter likes tea. Peter doesn't drink coffee. He drinks tea. So if I choose Peter, me and Vijay can purchase the tea. And, yeah. Will you pay for the coffee with the business money? No, I'll pay for it with our own money for that. Or you can pay for it with the business money if you want. But no, me and Vijay, you want to save as much money as possible. But the coffee's pocket change. It'll cost me and Vijay maybe, I don't know, like $800 a year. It's pocket change. $1,000 in cost. It's nothing. So we can pay through the budget for that if we want. But I'll put money into a nice like coffee maker. And I'm also going to buy tea for Peter and Fran. They drink tea. So when me and Peter work on the script, Peter gets his tea, I get my coffee, and we lock ourselves in my office and we work on the script with Fran and Guillermo del Toro. Will you have Fran help you out every day with the script? No, I can have her help me and Peter and all them out maybe like a couple times a week. Peter will be with me in my office helping me out with the script. And Fran will look at it and she gives her input. She writes some of the script. And Guillermo del Toro gives his input too. And we co-write together. And we write an amazing Xanus script together. The 3 volumes of Xanus. I'm sorry? Because again, I've been writing the script is dirty work, but you know, so once we get it done and we know we wrote a good movie together, and I was saying, yeah, this is fun. I'm having a blast working on the script. Peter might tell me that because the Dolphins filming us. I'm saying, Ivan, this is fun. I'm having much more fun working on your movie than I did Lord of the Rings, Ivan, and The Hobbit. I know, Peter. You know, Ivan, The Hobbit was a mess, man. Like Warner Bros. Only gave me 5 months to prep, man. I was so stressed out. That's why the movie was a bit messy, Ivan. Whereas Lord of the Rings, I was prepped and everything, but like they only gave me like a shitty $900 budget, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? I only got paid $10 million. Yeah, Peter only made $10 million for Lord of the Rings to direct the 3 movies, but he got like $250 million of the back end. Peter made his $250 million off the movie, and he got a piece of the DVD sales too, and he also got a piece of the DVD box office, and he got a piece of the game too. And he made his $250 million, but Warner Bros., Bob Shane and Michael Lynn owed him money, man. Hence why Peter lost respect for those guys, because they ripped him off. Never rip your directors off, Ivan. Like, they're gonna lose respect for you. If Peter signed his, I don't know, if Peter signed his like 1.3 billion deal, pay him what you owe him, obviously. That way he respects you, obviously. And you don't have to worry about me ripping you off. Peter will get his money. I make my $6.8 billion off the movie. Peter gets his $650 million. He gets his $180 for the merch. He'll get his paycheck, obviously. I'm not going to rip him off like Bob Shea and Mike Lynn did to him, right? Yeah. Don't rip your directors off, Ivan. So I'm sorry. Yeah. So Ivan, there's 2 kind of box office. Yes, there's ticket sale box office. There's also something called Blu-ray and DVD box office too. As the Hollywood companies also have a box office for their DVD and Blu-ray sales. My company, straight to 4K Blu-ray, so there is no ticket sale box office. It's Blu-ray box office, the 4K Blu-ray box office. Will you release how much your movie made? Probably not. I could if I want to, but I'm not going to release how much money me and VJ made, but I might release how much money the movie made. And Xanus does, I don't know, Xanus does like $13 billion in the box office. Something crazy. $13 billion in the box office. Yeah. Xanus does like $14 billion in the box office. Yeah, something crazy. And then after taxes, $14 billion after taxes is what? That's $8 billion. Yeah, and Amazon takes $2 billion. Me and VJ take we make like our $6 billion bucks. Amazon makes her like $2 billion. Me and VJ make our $6 billion bucks off the Xanus. Yeah. So we invested $2 billion into the movie. We made like $4 billion plus in profit. A good investment, obviously. Hence why if Peter Jackson wants more, I'm not paying more money. Like, what about double that? I'm like, Peter, I'm not gonna pay you double, man. You're fucking greedy, man. I'm probably gonna make my $6-7 billion off the movie. I'm not gonna give you $1 billion bucks to roll these. You're fucking crazy. You're taking a good chunk of my money, man. Me and VJ's money. No, you get your $650. If I make more, you get $700, $750, $850. I'm not going any harder than $850 for Peter. That's enough for him. You know, we don't want him to be wop, man. I'm sorry. I'll be careful with that stuff, Ivan. Sarah? Because Peter Jackson's a greedy pig. You might, what about double that? I'm like, Peter, I'm not going to pay you double, man. You're fucking greedy. Okay. I'm just messing with you, man. That's a good deal for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is more than what I made for Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. Yeah, you signed a 1.1 billion New Zealand deal and 900 million Canadian deal, Peter. This is more than what you made for the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Stop being greedy. I'm giving you nice perks, too. And I gave you an unlimited budget, except my deal. It's a deal, Ivan. That's a lot of gold, Ivan. I know, Peter. Peter signs that contract. It's a deal, Ivan. It's Angel, Ivan. That's a good deal for Peter, Ivan. A 900 million Canadian deal, 1.1 billion New Zealand deal. That's a huge contract, Ivan. Peter doesn't make $1 billion in Hollywood. Yeah, Peter doesn't make $1 billion in Hollywood. He makes like his 100 million, 150 million in Hollywood. Yeah, 200 million in Hollywood. Why does Peter want more money? Because he knows my brand. He's salivating over my brand. Yeah, I know Ivan's going to do billions in profits for the 4K Blu-ray box office. The 4K Blu-ray copies sold around the world on Amazon. He's going to do his billions off the merch. He's going to do his billions off the game. I want to make a chunk of that. He's greedy. He wants to make a piece of it. He's a greedy pig, Peter. Ivan, how you doing? I know, Peter. I'm not saying you tell me you're fucking greedy. I'm just messaging you, man. That's enough money for me. I'm just fucking greedy. I know, but you're greedy. But just accept my deal and know that I gave you a good deal. Stop thinking about the amount of money me and VJ are making and just know that I gave you a good deal. Samsara? You don't make this novel. Yeah, I don't make this novel. Yeah, you make like your 150 million the back end in Hollywood and your 20 million base. I'm paying you 85 million for your base, which is 4 million. $100 million for Peter Jackson for his base is a lot of money for him. I'm giving you $650 million of the back end and $180 million of the merchandise profits. And if I make 20 plus billion off the book, I can give Peter like 250 million for the game. If I make my 20 plus billion off the book. If I make less than that, he doesn't get a squad of the game. So what I'm paying him is enough. Yeah. Yeah. So the Hollywood actors for Xanus might be a bit pissed off how much I'm paying Peter. Yeah, some of them might be a bit pissed off. Like some member, because I'm gonna make the salaries all public for my company because I might as well make it public because you guys are gonna see how much I'm paying them in the documentary. I might as well make it public, and all the actors' contracts are public, obviously, and all the actors in the 17 were all shocked, like holy shit, man! Ivan's treating Peter like a god, man. Peter signed like a 900 million Canadian deal, which is a 1,118 million deal. Peter signed a $1 billion deal. What the fuck? He's making way more than all of us. Yes. There's a reason why he's making way more than all you guys, because he's my star director, and he's much bigger than you guys. That's why I'm paying more money than you guys. Peter is making way more than the Hollywood actors. Combined. All the 15 stars, their whole contract combined is maybe, I don't know, $400 million, $300 million. Peter's making more than what they're all making combined. He's making way more than them. Their contract is pocket change compared to his contract. Yeah, Peter's making way more than the actors. Yeah, because he's bigger than them. He's my star director. You got to make sure you pay your directors. In my opinion, if the director's very big, he's worth more than even He's worth more than even the bigger A-listers. Your directors are the ones who are steering your ship. They're the ones who are directing the movie, directing your actors. They're very important. Hence why if a director is very big, he's a star director, you gotta make sure he gets paid. You gotta make sure you pay the man. Because they're directors, right? Yeah. Chad Celestia, I can give him $20 million at the back end. Pay him a bit more, that way he gets paid. He's also my star director. You gotta make sure he gets paid. Considering Keanu Reeves are making way more than him, you can pay him a bit more. Pay him like a $4 million bonus, or you didn't pay him a $5 million bonus. Pay him his $12 million for his base. You can give him a nice $22 million at the back end. Chad Celestia, that way he gets paid. He makes good money. He doesn't make that in Hollywood, right? He gets paid. Yeah, for The Great Escape with Keanu Reeves. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Will Peter Jackson work hard for you? Yes, he will. He'll work his ass off for me. The work is a bit tougher for him because he's older now. He's like, yeah, I'm not as young as I was when I did Lord of the Rings. When I did Lord of the Rings, I was a young dude, Ivan. I was like 38 years old. And now he's like 69, Peter, when I signed him for Xanus. He's like 69, 70. By the time he directs Xanus, he's like 73. He's a bit older. The work's a bit tougher for him, but he's going to work really hard, Peter. Because he's getting paid, man. I signed him to his $1 billion plus deal. His $900 million deal, right? Which is $1 billion plus in New Zealand money. Yeah, he'll work hard for me, Peter. A massive contract, getting paid. But to take the stress off Peter, because I need Peter focus on the movie, the creative side of the movie. So to take the stress off Peter, have Peter just help you and VJ with the main calls, and he helps me writing the script. Obviously, he does the console arts with me with John Hound Ali in the other building every afternoon. Obviously, and he constantly goes over the script and he takes his notes. That way, he's focused more on the movie. And then Fran and Guillermo Toro, they're going to be helping out my 17 with the calls. I'm going to put them to work. And Barry Osmond will help out my 17 with the calls. Whereas Peter doesn't have to do those other calls. He just helps me with the main things. That way Peter's focused on the script and the movie, and he's not as stressed out. But he has to help me sign the crewman first year and the actors second year, because Peter's my executive producer. He has to help me sign all the actors. Yeah, Peter, I need you helping me sign the actors. Yeah, I'm going to help you out. I'm like, Peter, please, man, don't pay Yvonne Joje. Okay, don't pay him as $800K. Pay him $400, Peter. Don't be cheap. That's what he's worth. I'm like, Peter, don't pay Yvonne Joje $800K. That's not great. Okay, don't pay him that. Because Peter's cheap and gritty. He's buying my scene for the movie. That's a great paycheck. I'm like, Peter, man, $800K is not that great. Don't pay Yvonne Joje $800K, Peter. Pay him $400, okay? Because he's gritty and cheap. I'll say, yeah, he's gritty. He's blind by the movie, yeah. I'm saying, yeah. So Peter's blind by his greed. Yeah, he's blind by his greed because he wants to make the best movie possible. And he also knows he's getting paid. He's signing his like 900 million Canadian deal, which is like a 1.1 billion deal in the New Zealand money. He knows he's taken care of. I gave him the budget. He doesn't really care about how much the stars make. All he cares about is making the best movie possible in his paycheck. And that's why he might push for lower salaries for the actors. I'm like, Peter, man, do not pay Yvonne Joje $800K. Yeah, it's not that great of a paycheck for all the actor. Pay him a Super Fight to 4. If you don't want to pay him 4, pay him 3.5, and give him $5.5 million at the back end, Peter. If his agent gets greedy, don't pay him any more than 5.5. I don't pay him any more than 4 for Yvonne Joje. If Timothy Chalamet is chosen, don't pay him any more than 10.2. If his agent wants 12, 13, 15, you got to be strict and say no. He's going to be affecting the budget. And give Timothy Chalamet a good $16 million on the back end, but don't pay me more than 16. That's good enough for him. Depends how much he's worth. If he's worth $50 million, if Timothy Chalamet is worth $50 million, by the time I do Xanus, I can pay him his 12.5, a bit more, and you can give him 18 million royalties, a bit more, 18.5 million royalties to Timothy Chalamet if he's worth 50 million. But if he's worth like 35, 38, 40 million by the time I do Xanus, give him 16 million at the back end, Peter, Timothy Chalamet, and give him like a 10.2 million deal for his base, and sign him to $1 million deal for the merch. And like 2.3 million for the game. That's good deal for Timothy Chalamet. He signed like his 30 million deal. He also gets his 200K for the promos, the commercial promos, and the magazine photo shoot promos, and the interviews. Sky Source News interviews, and he gets potential earnings of speaking, and he gets the perks. Peter, make sure you tell the actors they get perks with their contract. It comes with perks, obviously. Okay, Ivan, and then Peter helps me sign the stars. He's my executive producer. Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. Because Ivan, you're looking at the best movie trilogy ever made, man. Like, I'm starting to picture your story and all the scenes. You're looking at a masterpiece, Ivan. The demon wolves and bats. There were demons, the wolves in the field for you guys. The action sequence is better than my Lord of the Rings Wars. Warbling better than my Hobbit and Lord of the Rings movies, Ivan. Looking at a masterpiece, Ivan. I know, Peter. This is better than Lord of the Rings, Ivan. I know, Peter. It's better than Lord of the Rings. Looking at a masterpiece. Mel's like, Ivan, this is better than my Passion of Christ and Braveheart. I know, Mel. It's better than your Passion of Christ and your Braveheart if I choose Mel, right? Yeah. They're both going to tell me that, yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. Before I shut this camera here, if you think the buzz of Superman coming out in July, yeah, Superman's coming out this July, guys. James Gunn's Superman's coming out this July. I'm gonna watch it. I'm hyped to watch that movie. If you think John Campion, Robert Burnett, and Ray Orr and all them, and Star Wars CNU2s, and Critical Drinker, and Midnight Edge go crazy for these movies coming out, nothing. Like, they're gonna be going crazy bonkers for Xanus, man. Holy fucking shit, did you see that trailer? Oh my fucking god, they're going crazy. Yeah, I can't wait to see this movie. I can't wait to watch that dog. I can't wait to play that game or watch Rabbi's walkthrough for the Xanus game. Yeah. I can't wait to buy the merch. The whole was going crazy. Hence why I don't want to hear that free bullshit, guys. You guys piss me off. You only made me pay this fee because you want to see me have sex. It's not because of free money. Once I pay the fee, I release my book, you're all lined up with your credit cards and your debit cards purchasing my book. And I start Skies with, hey man, and you're tuning into my website every day obsessively. You're tuning into my trends obsessively, like all day looking at the trends. And I release the merch, you're all lined up with your credit cards and your debit cards buying my merch. I release the movie, you're excited to buy the movie. I release the game, you're excited to buy the game. You're going crazy for a documentary, getting food and everything. I'm like, yeah, the world didn't make me pay because of free money. They made me pay because they want to see me have sex and they want to cause mess in VJ's life. That's why you want me to pay. Because you want to cause mess in VJ's life and you want to see me have sex. It's not because of free money. Because you know if I don't pay, you're never going to know what it's like for Hans Meyer to have sex. Because every time you dream, you see hell. I black out the screen, yeah. I figured out. I'm not an idiot, guys. Yeah, Ivan, it's not because of free money. We want to see you have sex and cause mess in VJ's life, Ivan. We know you're worth free money. Yes, you know I'm worth free money. That's why I don't want to hear that free money bullshit. You guys piss me off. When I'm king, you're obsessively tuning into my life every day, man. You can't leave me alone. You're lined up with your credit cards, debit cards, purchasing my merch, my movie, my game. Yeah, you think I'm stupid, guys? I'm not an idiot, man. I figured out. I'm not an idiot, guys. Yeah. Visual with W. Ivan. Don't even think about making videos on your solid channel for the world. The world gets what they deserve. They deserve to pay a price too. And we're not going to have the world dupe us like that, whereby we make videos on the solid channel, we don't get paid for it, and they act like we watch ourselves, and they make fun of the mess behind our backs. No fucking way. I'm peacing out. I'm not going to do that, man. No way. You can pray all you want. that I'm coming back on the YouTube channel, you know it's not going to happen. Once I'm with VJ, and I'm king, and I'm living that amazing life, and I'm now trending everything. I'm a movie star. I wouldn't forget about the Cyber's channel. Yeah, my trends, me and VJ's trends is much better than this stupid Cyber's channel. A lot of videos of us trending, a lot of pictures of us trending. It's much better than this stupid Cyber's channel. I wouldn't forget about this channel. The trends is much more interesting than my Cyber's channel, man. Yeah. That's why this sales we missed. Yeah, man. Some sir. My sales we missed. Yeah. Ivan, how much will you sell the 4K Blu-ray for the box set for Xanus? I'll sell the box set for $125. $124.99. That's a good deal for you guys for the box set. The merchandise will be pretty expensive, but you don't have to buy all the merch. For all you average people, you don't have to buy everything. You can just buy one merch. That's good enough. But because there's some crazy diehard fans, some fans are going to want to buy a lot of my merch. But the average person can afford to get it paycheck to paycheck. Whereas the rich can get the whole bundle deal for like $16,000, $17,000, $80,000. They can easily afford it, the rich. The people who make a couple $100,000 to their millions to their billions, they can easily afford to pay $17,000, $18,000, $16,000 for the whole merch. Which a lot of the rich will do. That's pocket change if you have that money in your bank. Whereas the average person can't afford that, obviously. So the bundle deal, the $16,000, $17,000, $18,000 bundle deal for the entire merch, that's for the rich guys. It's not for the average person. If you're an average person, don't even think about getting that. I don't want you going in debt to get my merch. Just get the posters and the album mugs. That's good enough. Wait a month later, and if you have some money saved, you can get some clothing and some weapons, and that's it. That's good enough. You don't have to buy everything, right? The average person won't buy everything. They can't afford to buy everything. Whereas the rich can afford to buy the whole thing, obviously. Yeah. Guys who make their $150,000+ a year, $200,000 a year, those guys can afford to get the whole $18,000 bundle. Those guys are rich. And the people who make like $800,000, $500,000, and to their millions, they can easily afford to get that. That's pocket change. Whereas the average person can't afford to get the whole bundle deal. That's too expensive for the average person. Is bizarre. But the average person will be buying a lot of my merch too, obviously. My posters, my L mugs, the frame ones or paper ones. They get some of my costumes and clothing. And they get one weapon, yeah. They get one hot toy. The hot toys will be expensive too. The cheapest hot toy might be maybe $250. And then all the way up to like $800, $900 for a hot toy. It's expensive hot toys. They're expensive, they're pricey too, yeah. But it's worth it though, having a hot toy, right? And a Xanus hot toy, that's fucking nice. Yeah. Chances are the average person will most likely get the poster and L mugs. They get the 6 frame posters and the L mugs for like $360, $70, and that's good enough for some people. Or some people might get the paper ones and the L mugs, and they wait maybe 2 months and they get like a weapon, and they wait another month they get like a costume. They wait another month they get another hot toy. Some saying? Yeah, that's how it works. Obviously for the merch. I'm going to be selling beautiful merch on Amazon, man. Nice fucking merch. Nice hot toys. Rob Burnett loves hot toys. He's definitely going to buy some of my hot toys, Rob Burnett. He loves hot toys. Yeah. John Campion might get some hot toys, too. Yeah, those guys are rich. Rob Burnett and John Campion are upper class guys. Those guys are rich, obviously. Those are rich guys, obviously. Well, the average person can't afford that. Yeah. Some Sarah? Neotus is rich. Neotus can easily afford to get the whole bundle package for $6,000. The guy is a multi-millionaire. He's rich, man, Neotus. He's worth a few $1 million. He's rich. He's a multi-millionaire. He's rich. He can easily afford to pay $16,000, $17,000, $18,000 for my whole merch, which he most likely will. That's pocket change. He can easily afford that, whereas the average person can't afford that. So if you're not part of the upper class or the rich, don't even think about getting the $17,000, $16,000 deal for the whole merch. You can't afford it. So I'm saying, that's for the average. That's for the rich. It's not for the average person. Just thought I should throw it out there. And for the documentary, you're looking at a crazy frenzy. I recommend all you guys who drink beer. I don't know. My web on it puts a count on the release day of the documentary. Don't wait the day the documentary is available for the whole world to watch to get your beer. Chances are all the stores will be sold. The beers will be sold out. You're looking at a worldwide frenzy going on around the world. Something crazy. The food you can't control. If you want to order pizza, get McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or Taco Bell or Subway or something like that, you have to deal with a crazy frenzy line, obviously. Or if you don't want to deal with that frenzy, I recommend you buy your food like a day before at the store. You want to do a barbecue, get your burger, get your hot dogs a day before the documentary gets released. That way you don't have to deal with the frenzy of the documentary. The documentary was something crazy around the world. People getting food, popcorn. It's crazy. All the grocery stores are packed. The beer stores are packed. People buying beer, and before you know it, all the beer in your city is sold out. It's a crazy frenzy around the world. It's crazy. For the beer, you can control it. Get the beer a day or two before the terrible day of the Lord when I release the documentary for the world to watch on my website. Whereas if you want to get fast food, you can't control that. You have to deal with a crazy frenzy. Or if you don't want to deal with a crazy frenzy, you can buy food at the grocery store like a day or two before instead of ordering your fast food. But most people are going to want to order fast food for my documentary. They're going to want to order a pizza, get a popcorn, get candy, get chocolate, do a barbecue, all that stuff. Samsara, get chips. Yeah, it's crazy. Just dodges all out there, Samsara. Anyways, here's this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this show. I talked for an hour and 38 minutes. That's good enough. Hope you guys enjoy this show. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow morning, most likely, if I'm off. I'm most likely off. Or if I work, I'll make a video after my shift at Coco 40. This is Iron Man. I'm signing up. Peace, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this show. Peace out, guys. Don't hate me, I'm saying. Peace.